What up, dudes? It's Gaz, and welcome to the Warframe video. So today we're going over another pretty much forgotten by me melee weapon, and it's really strong, but it does have a couple problems here and there that I am going to go over, and that weapon is going to be the Destreza Prime, and that is actually the only Prime Rapier in the entire game. Before we get into it, make sure you check out the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Gaz_TTV, and make sure you sub to this YouTube channel if you have not already. If you are sub, feel free to click that bell to know when all the videos go up. They go up every day until, you know, it's too much someday and I just inevitably give up. I'm just kidding. No, I don't really plan on quitting the daily uploads anytime soon, so we will see how long that goes for. So either way, so we're going over the Destreza Prime today. And yeah, like I said, this thing is really strong, but I do think it does have a problem or two. And the main problem I've been noticing is that it's very single target focused. But if you're okay with a single target melee weapon, maybe you're going to be using some like abilities to kill enemies too. This thing is great. It definitely is very fancy looking too. And the stance that it has, Vulpine Mask, has some guaranteed slash procs in the combos as well. So going over the stats here, we have decent attack speed. Definitely not as fast as some weapons out there, but it gets the job done, especially when Berserker and all the other stuff is stacked up. We've got 32% crit chance. This thing can get red crits just with Blood Rush equipped on the build. And to compensate with that, also really high crit multiplier, our crit chance is the big crit multiplier of 3x. So when we're at red crits, it's getting multiplied a bunch of times there. 2.5 range, pretty standard. 20% stash chance. So I don't think that 20% stash chance is as big of a deal as I was hoping for. So I'm going to probably go down like a fully crit focused setup in here. But, and that's mostly because, as you can see right here, we have Impact, Puncture, and Slash, with Puncture being the highest. And Puncture procs don't really do anything to increase your DPS at all, besides give you a status effect for Condition Overload. Additionally, for heavy attacks on this thing, Rapiers have guaranteed Slash procs on heavy attacks. So the heavy attack build is pretty decent, actually. But like I said, it's very single target focused. The stances, or the combos rather, just feel very single target focused. So let's go over that really quick. So here's the standing combo. Just me mashing the melee button. So that one, I think it's the third hit, or maybe the fourth hit. Third or fourth hit on that one is going to do a guaranteed slash proc. And it's pretty good. It can kill high-level enemies. We'll have some gameplay in here in a little bit. This forward one right here, nice little mobility attack. So you can basically, what I usually do is I'll use the forward blocking combo to get in there, and then start mashing the standing combo to get those slash procs and high. There's just some triple damage hits inside that standing combo as well. So here's going to be the no Riven setup. And this thing does have pretty decent Riven stats as well, so keep that one in mind. Now, like I said, I don't really think Weeping Wounds is super necessary on this thing. So if you don't want to go down stats at all, you can either go with a Bane mod for whatever your faction you end up fighting, or you could go with Gladiator Might, which is going to give you even more crit. It's going to make your crit multiplier go from 5.7 to 7.5, which is definitely higher. As you go into red crit and orange crit territory, that does get bumped up as well. So, but just for the purpose of this video, we'll put on Weeping Wounds just so we can get more corrosive procs. The puncture procs aren't really going to do anything, like I said, but yeah, and then you could easily change this to a viral build if you want to. Just take that 90% elemental mod and put the cold one on there instead. And oh yeah, but I see this question in some of my videos. The reason I'm not running a 60-60 status mod, so for example, cold Voltaic Strike. The reason I'm not running Voltaic Strike instead of Shocking Touch is because when you're running Weeping Wounds goes off of unmodded base status chance. So if I really if I was trying to go like mega status, like I could potentially put on a dual stat mod and get like 12% more status chance there, but I don't really find it worth it. We could get, like, as you can see right here, we lose like 50 elemental damage, which gets multiplied by our crit multiplier and everything else. So I just think it's definitely more important to just have more bang for your buck for these high damage mods, especially when you're going so heavy into crit like we are right here. All right, now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's just quickly show it against some heavy gunners. Level 175, highest I can spawn here. We're not going to use the new core yet, but we can swap on the new core in a little bit here. So let me build up the combo first. As you can see, there's Blood Rush and Weeping Wounds on this build. So it's not going to be doing crazy damage until we have like the stacked up combo multiplier. So as you can see right there, that's a slash proc. This thing is not really a slash proc monster. You can get some good slash procs, but like the main slash procs will be coming from heavy attacks if you're doing a heavy attack build. But as you can see, with no Riven, it takes like 3 or 4 hits to kill them. So, yeah. The slash procs are just a bonus. I'd say this is more of like an upfront damage kind of weapon. similar to the Jack Hussar in that regard. As you can see with these combos, they're like thrusts forward. You're not really doing many sweeps across, so it feels very single target focused. But yeah, really, really good damage there. That guy is really dead. Now let's proc them up with a new core, and you can. It will definitely one-shot. I don't even have to think that it's gonna one-shot them. It's definitely gonna one-shot them. That was one button press. Okay, there we go. They changed the sound effects for the new core, it seems like. Alright, so yeah, pretty good stuff right there. And now they're fighting each other, not me. 51k slash proc. Alright. So you want to keep on hitting them a couple times to get that guaranteed slash proc in there. Only 5,900. So like I said, here let's take off Weeping. I don't feel like Weeping Wounds is really doing that much right now. Let's swap on Gladiator Might. Like I said, this thing is really highly weighted into puncture. So, you know, getting a bunch of puncture procs, like the corrosive procs are kind of nice, I suppose. But like, I kind of feel like this would be better. We're also going to show the heavy attack build in a little bit here too. I have a pretty good heavy attack Griffin. Critical damage and melee damage. Alright, let's just quickly show the corrosive build with more crit damage instead of Weeping Wounds. Okay, get that built up. Now, of course, Gladiator Might does give you additional crit chance with a crit multiplier as well. But we're already getting red crits, so I don't think it's too huge of an issue. Huge of a deal here. Alright, this is definitely feeling a little bit better. We're only at a 7x multiplier. Okay. If we were to get to the 12x multiplier, they would be, like, definitely taking more damage from this build. So, yeah. Like I said, it's not... Oh, Weeping Wounds doesn't need to go on every build. It goes on most builds, though, to be honest. So... And then you got 12x multiplier. She's dead. Now, we are getting less status procs for sure. But I don't think it really matters, actually. So... God, that third hit, I think it's a 300% multiplier on the damage there. It does so much damage. Yeah, that one right there, the fourth hit, I believe it is just so much damage on these guys. Like, it's really not a slash proc weapon. If you're looking for a slash proc weapon, definitely, I consider the Venka Prime just, like, pretty much an overall better weapon than this thing. The Venka Prime, its stances and combos have, like, wide sweeps, like I was talking about. Like, you don't really get wide sweeps with this thing. It's more of, like, thrust forward. It's a really fancy poking stick. And a really powerful poking stick at that. But, you know, definitely not the meta at all. Now let's show the heavy attack build here. And this is all with no Riven, just a reminder. This is all with no Riven at all. So let's do the heavy attack build. Now, you could definitely do the heavy attack builds in lots of different ways. This will be with a Riven. So if you didn't have a Riven, you could probably put on Amalgam Organ Shatter, which will make your heavy attacks faster. And then also give you a little bit less crit damage. You could also put on a Bane mod for like Bane of the Grenier, Bane of the Corpus, or whatever. It'll make your slash procs do even more damage to the faction. But just for purposes of this video, we'll do what we got right here. So, Corrupt Charge, make it so we always have 2x combo multiplier at least. Killing Blow for faster heavy attacks and more heavy attack damage. We have about 13,000 heavy attack damage here. And the Sacrificial Steel, etc., etc. No Blood Rush, no Weeping. And we're not using Condition Overload because the controls for heavy attacks in this game are kind of annoying. If you could, like, immediately go from your pistol to your heavy attack button without having to, like, swing the weapon first, I would totally use Condition Overload and heavy attack build. But, like, here's what I mean. Like, I have to do this, and then, like, if I want to do a heavy attack, I can't just push the heavy attack button. See, like, I'm pushing it right now, it's doing nothing. So I need to swing normally and then push it to get the heavy attacks out. So I find that's very inconvenient, especially if you're in, like, a mission. So, yeah, as you can see right here, I'm not gonna put the nuclear proc on her. Let's just see how much damage we get. Okay, 33,000 slash proc. So I mean, it's very single. Like, of course, the Hate or like the Reaper Prime or like any of your go-to heavy attack melees, it's gonna be like a sweeping arc, not a thrust forward. So you're gonna kill more enemies per attack with the heavy attacks there. So I'd say, you know, if you're not looking for a new melee weapon, like, you don't need to, like, rush to go out of your way to get this, but it does hold its own in higher level content. As you can see right here, it's like level like 300, I think, and it's pretty much just cleaving right through them. So yeah, I could recommend it to you as well. Like, here's another thing as well. I'm actually waiting for Plague Star to come back, but the play Crit Rapier is really, really good too. I'd recommend that you use the max crit, max speed one. basically go to my old new Zaw meta video from like months ago and just do the one-handed version of that. So that would be really good. Now, of course, you could put a little bit more stash chance on there, but like the thing is, like you only get like 4% more stash chance, and it will, if you do the full crit version of the plate crit math rapier, you're getting almost all red crits all the time. So it's up to you. 4% more stash chance or like a lot more red crits. They're both gonna be really good. I have the higher status still red crit version of on my rapier, but I have the slow attack speed version from way back in the day. So yeah, but if you don't want to build a Zaw or wait for Plague Star, like this is totally fine. Like definitely more than fine. It's actually good. But as you can see right here, it's very single target focused. Like I doubt I kill multiple enemies at once here, like at all. I do actually have Sarah and Venom Dose activated right now, so that's some additional corrosive damage. But as you can see, like we're getting lots of orange crits here, but we are technically getting red crits as well. So it's not the end of the world. Just like cleaving through everything, and yeah, that's basically gonna be it for the video, guys. Hopefully you found it helpful. Just making sure like that I keep everyone up to date on the things I've been using, the things I've been finding really strong, and this is definitely one of them. So it is unfortunately vaulted, so you could probably go buy it from someone on Warframe Market or Trade Chat. Probably for not too much. I mean, it's not exactly like a meta weapon, like I said, like 20 times over already. But, you know, it definitely is going to be cheaper than like the Cronin Prime, I'm assuming. So, either way, talk to you guys next time. See you for more daily Warframe uploads. And, yeah, peace, guys.